picky. Ayon, again, small ones. You said in Chuseok. I would say during Chuseok. Again, Chuseok is more than one day. Even if it was just one day, I would say on, not in. In September, in October. But if it's one day, we usually say on. So Chuseok has a main day, right? I would maybe say on Chuseok day or during Chuseok. You said CGs, computer graphics. That's funny. When we say the actual word computer graphics with an S, when we abbreviate it, it's just CG and no S.
That's unfair.
That is unfair. I just noticed it, but yeah, that's why it sounded strange. You said Wyatt has that bad plot. Wyatt has that bad plot, that bad of a plot, or such a bad plot. That bad plot sounds like it is something that you referenced earlier. That bad plot. You said competition will be held. And this timing, you should start laughing. It sounded like you said timing with an ing. It would just be time. At this time, start laughing. Sei, husband proposed to me. You have to propose to your wife, to the girl. One staff was coming, again, in that story, staff member, or a lot of times we just say employee, or worker. One worker, one waitress. Staff means everyone together, so staff member could be used, or you could use other word for it. You said about Van Gogh, same mood of art. I would maybe switch mood to style. A mood is when she used the word mood to talk about the mood of the painting, what mood that painting gives you. When it says overall style instead of mood. Gogay heard of the story. I wrote down he heard the news. You were saying he cut off his ear. When he heard of the story, when he heard the news. He's very genius. He's a genius. He's such a genius. A genius is a noun, right? He's a genius. My impressive movie. The movie was impressive. My favorite movie, or a movie that impressed me. And film industry is going well. I would say doing well. Doing well. Da1, you said that is a question. I wrote down maybe say that is a good question, right? That is a good question instead of just that is a question. You also were talking about getting married, said even the proposed thing. It just sounded funny, the proposed thing. When we use it as a noun, we call it the proposal. So even his proposal, even the proposal. You said big enterprises like Samsung. I would maybe switch the word enterprises to companies. It sounds a little bit more natural. Big companies such as Samsung. He could paint because it was the whole life thing. I just wasn't exactly sure what you meant. The whole life thing. Maybe you meant he could paint because it was his whole life. It was everything to him. Yeah. It was his whole life. We have that expression that we say. It was his whole life. It's his whole life. It's her whole life. It means it's everything to him. You were talking about the 3 movies. You said the 3 series. Actually, it would be 1 series with 3 movies.
Okay.
Again, being kind of picky. And lastly, you said it's not the kind of movie you guys unheard of. It's not the kind of movie you guys don't know about. It's not the kind of movie you guys don't know about. Or you could flip it, and instead of putting it in the negative, say, I'm sure you guys know about this. The way that you phrased it, it's not the kind of movie you guys unheard of. Sounded a little bit strange to me. Any questions? No? Okay. We can stop there.